YouTube, what's going on? It's your guy, Professor Smell Good, and we back. I am blown away right now, man. I'm so excited. The information that I just came across, priceless, man. Priceless. Priceless. Listen to this, man. I'm going to start from the bottom and I'm going to make my way on up to the top. I called a company out of New York. I'm talking about Egyptian Musk now, right? I'm so excited. I didn't even tell you guys what the topic is. Who made Egyptian Musk, okay? Who came up with Egyptian Musk? I called the company from New York, asked them, I said, do you guys know who asked for the owner's name? And I said, who came up with Egyptian Musk? And he said, it was a young guy on the phone, and he said, we did. And I said, no. I said, let me talk to your boss, because you're a new worker. You don't know anything about the history of oils. You're just a person filling bottles and shipping them out. That's it. You don't know anything. Let me talk to your boss. And so he went to go ask for the boss, and the boss, he said, Egyptian Musk has been around for 30 years, and that's it. That's all the information that I got. So I said, you know what? Obviously, that person doesn't really know much about Egyptian Musk, because you just give me that Egyptian Musk came out around 30 years ago and that's it. So I said, okay. I called my teacher, Abdul Hamid, from the Halal bookstore. I called a lot of people for a reason, because I want to get a variety of opinions, okay? Called my teacher from the Halal bookstore, Abdul Hamid, here in Detroit. Asked him who came up with Egyptian Musk and when did it come about. He told me today, he said he been at the David Whitney building. Davy Whitney building. Excuse me, I can't even say the dang on thing. Davy Whitney building ever since the late 70s, okay? He been over there since the late 70s, and he had Egyptian Musk since, okay? So let's say close to the 80s, right? He had Egyptian Musk since then. Called another company. This company is well known, by the way, okay? They're well known for the history of the oils, okay? I called this company. It's a Bengali brother that goes by the name of Idris, okay? He's from Bangladesh. Asked him about Egyptian Musk. And I spend money with these guys. So he had a conversation. This guy, millionaire. Normally you can't even get 15 minutes of this guy's time. But he gave me 10 minutes of his time. We talking on the phone for 10 minutes. And he was excited the fact that I was asking him about this. So me and him talking, he said, we started selling Egyptian Musk. Somebody texted me. Okay. He said, we started selling Egyptian Musk around 30 years ago. Okay. So it's pretty much the same thing as the other guy said. Okay. So, I forgot not to mention that my teacher, Abdul Hamid, he told me that when he was in Egypt, and this is when it's going to really get deep. You're going to connect the dots, and you're going to be amazed. He said when he was in Egypt 35 years ago, Egyptian Musk was actually talked about and actually worn there. Egyptian Musk was well known there in Egypt. Okay, now let's get back to my man's that we was talking about on the phone, Idris. He told me, he said, we've been selling Egyptian Musk for 30 years now, and this is a company that has been in business for 100 years. Okay? This company comes out of India. Anyhow, so he said, listen, brother, there's one brother. This brother, I'm not going to give his last name, but his name is Melvin. I'm not even going to tell you the name of his business, but I think he said his business was somewhere in Washington or Missouri, somewhere like that. So, matter of fact, I'm on the phone. I can't find out right now. But anyhow, he said he was the first one to sell Egyptian Musk. He should know. So I went and I tried to get in contact with him, and this is how deep it is, that when you researching something and you're really trying to find out something, you will stumble into the right information. All you got to do is just have your mind set on getting information, and you will stumble across information that you wouldn't even imagine. Now, so the number that I was directed to, the person that I was directed to, Melvin, actually, I'm thinking that I'm calling Melvin. Guess what? I actually stumbled across another guy, Muslim brother that goes by the name of Dawood. I stumbled across his business. And I told him about, and I'm thinking I'm talking to this guy the whole time, and he said no. He told me his name was Dawood, and he said no. He said, I know the guy you're talking about, Melvin. And he said, Melvin was not one of the first people to sell Egyptian musk. He said, listen, I am the one, wow, listen to this. He said, I am the one that have the closest Egyptian musk to the pharaohs. And he said, Egyptian musk oil. I said, who created the Egyptian musk? He said, brother, he said, you know what, I was asked this question many years ago. He said, Egyptian musk is a scent that comes from the pharaohs. It was made by the pharaohs in Egypt. And he said the recipe came from the hieroglyphics. He said the recipe came from the hieroglyphics, right? Which is the writings on the wall of Egypt. And he said also it was in the scrolls. The recipe, the formula of Egyptian musk came about. It was actually written in the scrolls of the Egyptians and the hieroglyphics of the Egyptian language. And the Egyptian language is not words, it's pictures. And he said most people cannot comprehend, they cannot comprehend the hieroglyphics, the Egyptian language. So when it finally was translated to very few who know how to read it, right? He said that recipe, he said, I am the one who got the closest to the Egyptian recipe. I am the closest one to have the scent. He said there was an article. He actually sent me the article in the email. I'm still waiting to get it right now. He said, but there was an article wrote about me. And they said that I have the closest Egyptian musk close to the pharaohs. Now I asked him, I said, brother, when did the Egyptian musk come out? He said, brother, he said this scent has been around with the Egyptians all the way back to the 10,000s, thousands of years ago. He said close to the time of Noah. He said that's how long it's been around. He said it's been around that long, brother. That long. And he said, I am the only one that have the closest recipe to that of the ancient Egyptians and Pharaoh. Powerful, man. Powerful. He said, this Egyptian musk right here. He said, I have 400 oils. He said, Egyptian musk sells 6 times more than all of the oils that I have. And he got real good quality oils. He said Egyptian musk sells 6 times as much as all of them. He said all of them put together. All of them put together. Guess what? I got a shipment coming in this week. I'm going to be selling it, and it's expensive. I'm going to be selling this bad boy $10 for a 3 ml. Yes. $10 for a 3 ml. And he said, this Egyptian musk right here, he said, it ain't strong. He said, man, but it lasts all day. All day you wash your hands, you still smell it. He said, mine's is the closest. Mine's is the closest to the Egyptian pharaohs. A recipe that has been lingering around in Egypt for over 10,000 years or close to 10,000 years. And I got the closest to the recipe, the formula. I got the closest one here in the U.S. And I'm fortunate, man, because I got to connect to it. Man, listen, when it comes out, man, this is going to be Egyptian musk it's going to be Egyptian musk variation number 10. This is going to be number 10. Mind blowing, bro. Mind blowing, man. I honestly can't wait until I get this Egyptian musk, man. You can wear a fragrance that's been lingering, that is close to the actual formula that's been lingering around Egypt for thousands of years, and you wearing it? Mind-blowing, man. That was actually in the Egyptian scrolls. Mind-blowing, man. She got Professor Smellgood, man. I appreciate you guys listening to this topic, man. Comment below. Let me know what you think about it. If you want to order this, give me a call in advance. 313-293-9766. Professor Smellgood, 313-293-9766. Give me a call in advance and I'll write your number down. Listen, don't play no games with this. If you ain't going to order, don't waste my time. Please don't. So if you want to order, give me a call. I'll write your number down. When I get it, I will actually put yours to the side because it's going to go quickly. It's going to go. I already know it's going to sell fast. All right. Even though it's going to be $10 for 3 ml plus shipping. Man, listen here. Give me a call so you can order this, man. She got Professor Smellgood. I can't wait until I get it, man. Man. I got to connect to an Egyptian Musk that is connected to the formula of the ancient Egyptian pharaohs. Come on, man. Professor Smellgood, man. And she got Professor Smellgood. Hey, listen, give me a call so you can order this in advance. And then when I get it, I give you a call. I'll follow up on the order. And I say, listen, I got it in. You want to order? Yes or no? Thank you guys for watching.